Aryna Sabalenka announces engagement at Indian Wells. Djokovic gets a closer look at the ring. Under a bright California sky on the lawn at Indian Wells, Aryna Sabalenka laughed as Novak Djokovic approached with a grin and a question about her new ring. The world number one had more than tennis on her mind this week. She'd debuted a pup named Ash and announced an engagement to Georgios Frangoulis, and her peers were quick to offer their congratulations. What happened between Novak Djokovic and Aryna Sabalenka at Indian Wells? On a calm stretch of grass off the courts, Novak Djokovic, the 24-time Grand Slam champion, walked over to congratulate Sabalenka. "Must be a completely different feeling arriving to the tennis site today, right?" he asked as he approached. After offering his congratulations, he asked if he could get a closer look at her engagement ring. Sabalenka obliged and joked about the attention. "I'm not sure if it's actually good for him," she said with a laugh. The exchange was quick but telling. A private, friendly moment in public that underlined how players' lives off court intersect with life on tour. Djokovic and Sabalenka have built a close friendship over the years. They previously enjoyed a double date in Athens. The brief conversation on the lawn became one of the week's lightest moments amid the tension of a major tournament. How did the engagement unfold? And what else has changed for her this week? The engagement itself unfolded with a clear, intimate flourish. Georgios Frangoulis proposed in front of a pool strewn with white rose petals and an elaborate floral display. Clips shared alongside Sabalenka's posts gave viewers a glimpse of the ring that Djokovic admired. In her Instagram story as the couple celebrated over a meal, Sabalenka wrote, "Well, I obviously had no idea this was happening tonight. Off-court joy has arrived alongside on-court ambitions." Sabalenka returned to the tour this week after missing the Middle East swing and entered Indian Wells as the top seed, poised to chase her first title at the event. She is scheduled to meet world number 136 Ino Sakitsum in her opening match, a first career meeting listed for the pair. The engagement and the arrival of her new dog, Ash, have been threaded through a busy sporting calendar that saw Sabalenka open the season with an 11-match winning run, claim a title in Brisbane, and reach the Australian Open final before falling to Elena Rybakina. What does this week mean for Aryna Sabalenka on and off the court? For Aryna Sabalenka, the week has become a study in contrast. Intimate personal milestones played out against the high stakes of elite sport. Fellow players and friends have offered a steady stream of congratulations. That support, visible in chats on the lawn and social posts, has created a buoyant atmosphere around her campaign at Indian Wells. At the same time, the practicalities of competition remain. Sabalenka arrives as the top seed intent on a title she has yet to claim at this venue. The balance between celebration and focus will be watched closely in her opening round match, where the new moments in her life, the ring, the pup, the proposal, could either add a bright, stabilizing energy or become an additional distraction in a packed tournament week. The lawn scene where Djokovic inspected the ring now takes on another layer of meaning. It was not just a friendly exchange but a small public recognition of a private turning point. As Sabalenka moves from that celebratory meal back to the practice courts, the ring on her finger and the messages from peers will travel with her into the next match. A reminder that top-level sport is always lived alongside the human moments that shape it. Love, laughter, and a sparkling surprise. Aryna Sabalenka's engagement at Indian Wells. The desert air of Indian Wells has always carried a certain magic. Every March, the world's best tennis players arrive beneath the California sun, their rackets humming with ambition and their eyes fixed on the glittering trophy of the Indian Wells Open. But this year, amid the thundering forehands and tense tiebreaks, a different kind of sparkle captured everyone's attention. It came not from the scoreboard, but from the hand of Aryna Sabalenka, the Belarusian powerhouse, known for her explosive serves, fearless baseline play, and unmistakable roar after a winning point, had a secret to share. And when the moment came, it wasn't delivered at a press conference or hidden behind a carefully staged announcement. Instead, it happened the tennis way, casually, joyfully, and right in the middle of tournament life. Sabalenka was engaged. A desert morning surprise. Indian Wells mornings are calm compared to the electric nights. Players wander between practice courts, fans line up for coffee, and the mountain backdrop glows in soft gold. On one such morning, Sabalenka walked onto the practice court with the same confident stride fans know well. But something had changed. As the sunlight hit her hand while she adjusted her grip on the racket, a flash of brilliance caught the attention of a nearby player. That player happened to be Novak Djokovic. Djokovic, who had just finished stretching nearby, noticed the sparkle immediately. Known for his sharp attention to detail on court, the 24-time Grand Slam champion was just as observant off it. "Wait, is that what I think it is?" he reportedly joked, stepping closer with a curious grin. Sabalenka laughed, her big, unmistakable laugh that often echoes around practice courts. "Yes," she replied, "I'm engaged." For a brief moment, tennis paused. Not because of strategy discussions or injury updates, but because of something far more universal. Love. The ring that stole the show. If tennis had a ranking system for engagement rings, Sabalenka's would probably sit comfortably at world number 1. Djokovic leaned in for a closer look, examining the ring with mock seriousness, as if analyzing a rival's serve. "Good choice," he joked, nodding approvingly. The ring itself was elegant yet bold, much like Sabalenka's playing style. A brilliant diamond set in a sleek band, sparkling fiercely in the desert light. Word spread quickly through the practice courts. Within minutes, other players began offering congratulations. The tennis world is often portrayed as fiercely competitive, and it is, but moments like this reveal its quieter camaraderie. Behind the rivalries and rankings lies a traveling family that spends most of the year crossing continents together. And when someone shares good news, everyone celebrates. Sabalenka, power, passion, and personality. For fans, Sabalenka's engagement announcement felt perfectly in character. Few players on the tour combine intensity and joy the way she does. On court, she is thunder. Crushing forehands, blistering serves, and emotional celebrations that can shake stadiums. Off court, she is laughter, honesty, and an infectious energy that draws people in. Her journey to the top of women's tennis has been anything but easy. Early in her career, critics often focused on her inconsistency and high double fault counts. But Sabalenka never hid from challenges. Instead, she attacked them with the same ferocity she brings to every rally. That determination eventually led to Grand Slam success, cementing her place among the elite of the Women's Tennis Association. And through it all, she maintained something that many athletes struggle to keep: authenticity. So when she flashed that ring at Indian Wells, it felt less like a formal announcement and more like a spontaneous celebration.